Today we're going to play a little game, and in some ways it's more of a reframing than a game, but it can be fun nonetheless. So sit tight and we'll jump right in. What's up guys, Kim Doyle here, and as you can see, the weather is warming up in Northern California, so I had to come outside to shoot a video. All right, so the game that I want to share with you is called the What If game, but it's got a little bit of a twist. So before we get into the game, I want to tell you a little bit of a story and how this all came about for me. So the first time I ever heard of kind of a what if game was about 21 years ago, and I was in my therapist's office. This was about a year after my husband died, and he had died from a car accident. And I was saying to her, well, what if we hadn't have moved where we moved, or what if he had been on a different shift, or what if? We have a tendency to do it in a way that punishes ourselves. And so she said, well, Kim, if you're going to play the what if game, you have to play it on both sides. And I'd been working with her for a bit, and I thought, uh-oh, where are we going with this? And then she rephrased it. What if he had survived the accident but was a paraplegic? What if you ended up being a caretaker the rest of your life? Or what if you had died in an accident? And so instantly I thought, well, I don't want to play the what if game with you. Fast forward to 2020, and during the pandemic, I did this intense work with her. I had said to her, look, I want to raise my vibration. Are you game? She's retired now, much more of a mentor. She was stuck in Costa Rica, and so we just jumped in. Now, one of the things that came from doing this work was a reframing of my mind. I didn't know it at the time, but this was really the beginning of my curiosity and interest in neuroscience, which I'm not a neuroscientist, you guys, but when you start understanding some of the basic principles of this and realizing that you can rewire your brain to create exactly what you want in your life. Let's not go sideways with, yeah, but I want to be an NBA player, right? That's not going to happen for me at 54. I don't like basketball, nor am I like 6'8" or something. But if there are things that you want to create, you do so by rewiring your brain and setting new intentions, creating new neural pathways. Okay, so here's the game I did. And she was pretty pleased with this. So there was one afternoon, and I was doing a lot of journaling during this time. And I thought, well, what if, thinking, and I think Joe Vitale's done an exercise like this, but instead of what if I hadn't or had or woulda, coulda, shoulda, that thinking, I thought, well, what if it were easy? What if what I want wants me back? You know, I'm single, and at the time I was also, and I said, well, what if he's waiting for me out there somewhere? What if my right audience is waiting for me to show up fully, 100% intentionally as myself? I went through and did 2 full pages in a journal spread, and I like to draw, I doodle, I paint, all of that stuff. I had fun. I took my time. I was intentional with it. And what happens when you start repeating, that's the practice that happens with neuroscience. A neural pathway is simply a belief we've thought over and over in our heads. And the example I've given before is, think of a meadow. Now, if you're going to walk through a meadow, like an untouched meadow, right? But if you walk back and forth over and over and over and over again, you're going to create a path. Now, in order to not walk the same path, you have to walk a new path. And you do that over and over and over again. And that's what creates a new neural pathway. So by me sitting and creating this what if exercise, in essence, the what if up, what if the things I want me? What if travel were easy? This was during the pandemic, so that wasn't necessarily a question, but I really started rephrasing what if to serve me. And so I want you to think of different opportunities and play this game with yourself. And to the point where I forgot I had said the what if it were easy, because for the most part, we think everything is difficult. Here's another little example. So my daughter is an adult and she's got a plan to go abroad for grad school, and she's got this plan and this path. And we were speaking the other night, and I said, you know, there's more than one path to grad school abroad. Maybe you don't even know what that possible path is, but if you start asking yourself, what if there's a different path? What if it were easier? What if I didn't need to save up X amount of dollars? Do you see what I'm saying? Once you start practicing this what if to serve you and to help anchor in and rewire new beliefs in your brain, it's going to open up a whole world of possibility. And I'm not saying this is easy. All of these things take practice and belief in possibility. And I'm going to recommend them again. If you've not followed or listened to Dr. Joe Dispenza, jump in and do that. But in the meantime, play this game with yourself. Get a journal. Do it in your phone or on your laptop, computer, whatever you want. I like doing the pen and paper because to me, when I write things down, it helps anchor them in. Trust me, I love typing. I'm a lot faster at it. Much less repetitive strain on my hands. Practice doing this for yourself. Create this game and start thinking. And then every day ask yourself 3 what if up questions. What if it were easy today? What if today flows? What if I can't even think of something right now. What if drinking the water that I hate drinking could be fun? And sometimes it takes believing in the possibility of something, like, could you believe in something? If you're not willing to believe today, I can do this, are you willing to believe you can do it at some point? Do you see how rephrasing this? And I know sometimes this might seem a little, I don't know, esoteric or intangible, but all of these things, all of this rewiring is backed by data and science. What have you got to lose? At the end of the day, you have nothing to lose by thinking, and not just positive thoughts, but thinking differently than you thought yesterday. So that's it, guys. If you play the what if game, I would love to hear how it goes for you. And here's a little challenge or an opportunity. If you are an AI user, you like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, tell it to ask you what if questions. Take this video and just write down a few notes. Tell ChatGPT, I want to reframe some beliefs in my mind. I want you to ask me questions so that we can come up with what if statements that serve me in creating new beliefs and rewiring new neural pathways in my brain. You don't have to say neural pathways, but rewiring belief and possibility in a way that serves me. I promise, not only will you feel good, you're going to have a ton of fun doing this, and it can lead to long-term shifts in behavior. That's all I've got for you today. As always, thanks for watching. If you haven't liked or subscribed, I would love it. Leave a comment and stay tuned for more of, I don't know, outdoor videos, because this really is my happy place. I love the warm weather. I love the summer, and it is around the corner. All right, guys, I will catch you next time.